Source Podcast.
Hello, hellos. Today is episode 94, and I am the hostess for this episode, Molly, and these are the others.
Oh, Melissa.
Michelle.
Anna. Yep, and then if y'all can tell that Melissa and I swap spots just for this specific episode, it's nothing. I decided to have them do a craft while I talk about a little bit of my topic. It's a random topic, but I just feel like
You're wanting us to make a craft?
Oh, like multitask?
it's just a simple craft.
Oh,
You
okay.
just
Oh.
Is this still psychology stuff?
no, it's not.
Okay.
So my
blink
topic.
blink if you're lying.
Oh
No.
my god.
My topic is just gonna be about princesses, and I just thought you guys could have your little inner girl little thing
Aw,
and just
that's
make some
cute.
crowns or whatnot. So
If you don't
choose
ask us
there.
questions, I'm gonna be quiet the whole time. Just want to let you know.
Yeah, we'll
No,
be concentrating.
I was just gonna talk about princesses and everything and what their purpose was. And
Jesus Christ!
I wanted to say like I'm a beautiful princess, but that's actually I'm a beautiful butterfly. That's where I got it from.
yeah, so I just brought them some little crafts while I talk about princesses, and since we grew up watching Disney princesses, at least us three did.
That reminds me of Burger King's crown.
Yeah, so there are different types of crowns.
Sorry,
I
he's
believe
hungry.
there are like two of each.
Oh,
Try not to make it too close to
I
the mic.
think. But there are, I think,
Uh-oh.
4 different types of crowns. So there's like 2 of each, I think, yeah.
Oh.
So, well, while they're making that, I was just gonna talk, like I said, talk about princesses,
Okay.
since we grew up with princesses.
This too.
So, before starting, what is a princess? You guys
These are
think
like
is?
boy crowns. Oh, you talking to us?
Yeah.
Sorry.
See, I knew this was
Maybe.
gonna happen.
Maybe you should have gave this to us
First.
after.
Well, anyway, I was like, they'll be
These
okay.
are more girly ones.
Yeah,
these
like I
are
said, there's like
more-
2 of each. That's what I was saying.
Oh, these 4.
Yeah. These
Yeah.
are more like arched, tiered. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
What if you want a different crown? Okay.
y'all can do that. I got unisex. Hey,
Well, I'm splitting them up on like how they look. Sorry.
I think
Sorry.
yeah, like there's
am
like
I a
2 of
princess
each.
or am I a prince? You decide.
Oh. This one though reminds me, not this one. This one, oh, the one that you have reminds me of Shrek's Fiona's dad. That's the crown that he wore. The frog. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna get off topic, but freaking Matthew sent me a Shrek video. I'll show you guys later. And the Shrek is mewing.
Oh,
yeah, you
yeah.
showed
He
us.
showed us that.
Why?
Okay, so
Doing
you
that
picked that one.
Yes, I can pick this one. What are you guys picking?
Probably the more tiara ones.
Okay.
But which one are you getting, Les?
Doesn't matter to me.
It's a tiara. Care. Just pick one. Or are you looking
It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. You pick it.
Oh.
It's like it doesn't matter to me. What
Okay,
you
sorry.
Poke the holes out of here.
Man, it takes him this long to make a crown.
I can poke a hole through there.
I'll do this one. The Cinderella looking one.
Okay, y'all settled now?
Uh huh.
Okay.
So there are jewels here, jewels and stickers. I don't know what comes with it,
Oh
but
my
that's all that they
God.
have.
Okay.
I shouldn't have took it off
Took what off?
because I could put the gem on here.
Okay.
You put the gem right here.
I put whatever I want.
Okay, whatever.
Sorry.
Okay, anyway, so to you guys, what is a princess?
Like definitive is one who is born to a king and queen of a kingdom, a female born
Okay.
girl, princess.
Doesn't to be king or queen. I think like the.
I think you
I
just
think like there's like a chief.
just born of royal family is what I
Yeah.
consider. What's considered royal family?
Okay. So, based off of this, it says a princess is traditionally a female member of a royal family,
Ayy.
specifically the daughter or granddaughter of a monarch or the wife of a prince.
See?
And then, for more
Yes.
detailed explanation, is for royal descent, is a princess is often the daughter or granddaughter of a king or queen. She also could be a wife of a prince, and I do believe, and like chiefs and stuff, if they recall, it would be considered a princess. But I don't know if they have a certain different term for that.
They should say like the chief's daughter.
Yeah, like Pocahontas
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
thing.
technically, she's a princess. Technically, not really a princess, but she important. She's
Yeah.
important. Sorry, I don't think you can hear me. Sorry.
What?
Oopsies, my boob tried to eat my mic. Sorry. My bad.
But yeah, so do you guys know what the duties of the princess, or what do you believe that the job of a princess was?
Basically, to be married off to another kingdom as a truce, or to
Peace.
for peace, or for to make like each kingdom stronger, type of thing.
Yeah, I would say that was like a portion of it. It
I was
says
gonna sing Mulan's song.
what
The
song?
Mulan song, the Mulan 2, where the sisters are singing, "Who could ever ask for more?" Like the duty of the princess is like to serve her kingdom and her people, whatever that means.
Yep.
Yeah, the pawn, the gift. That would
Yeah.
just suck.
Yeah, no matter what that means, whether that means to
You can't
go
think
and
about
die,
yourself.
whether that means to go and get married to random ass people.
Whether that means to go and give birth 12 times.
Yeah, whether that
To
means
an
you gotta
heir.
marry your brother to
Ooh!
produce an heir. It's basically you're there to serve your kingdom.
Produce heirs, pretty much.
Yeah, we're not talking about Disney princess because that's a whole different story. That's in La La Land.
No, we're talking realistically.
Realistically.
Yeah,
Realistically.
realistically.
Yeah, so royal duties of a princess, according to the internet, was typically involved representing the monarchy, supporting charitable causes, engaging diplomatic activities, and upholding the traditions and values of the royal family. So they would, now that I'm mentioning it, that's what I'm recalling, like Princess Diana, where she would have to go to those charity stuff, or she would go represent them at this one little event and whatnot. Didn't really get to do a lot, as you see in Disney movies. Then
Yeah.
again, most of those Disney princesses are not even there half the time.
That's true.
Or like they didn't even know that they were princesses. Kind of. Except for
I think it was only Aurora and Rapunzel that didn't know that they were princesses.
yeah, and then the other ones just became princesses.
Yes.
Except for
Ariel was a princess.
Oh yeah, Ariel was a princess.
She
She was
just
a
had a lot of
rebellious
sisters.
princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you guys said, in some cases, princesses have the role to ensuring there are enough heirs to the throne. That's just nasty, but
Well, that's just how men viewed women as back in the day. I mean, still some today, as just to help continue his line.
That's what was in Queen Charlotte in Bridgerton.
Yeah.
oh
That
yeah,
was her duty, and if she wasn't able to produce
Today's
an heir,
an even day or odd day.
Yeah.
So let's get to bang banging.
and if she wasn't able to produce an heir, you throw her away and get a new one, which
Wow.
is sad. Yep.
Yep, and then I was looking at some types of tiaras, because they all princesses have all like different types of tiaras, as you can see that there are like different types of crowns. And so I was just looking, browsing.
It's not even straight.
I was watching you do it. I was like, I don't think that's straight, but maybe that's not what she's going for.
But yeah, for tiara is a more generic, overarching term for a number of different styles of headdresses. Because technically, tiara, like what I said. Now that I'm thinking about it, including is it diadems, circlets, and bandeaus. So a diadem is there are different opinions on the exact definition of this term. In ancient Greece, the word diadem is from the term diaden, which means to bind around, denoted several different types of head ornaments. Later, the word diadem was used to describe a band worn over the head of a king. It was a headdress itself, that term tiara. So I'm gonna guess... I gotta look. Okay, so I thought I had a picture of this, but I guess I don't. Okay, so like in the Greeks, where it's a diadem is just more of a rounder.
Like a crown of, like, not crown of thorns, but
Yeah, kind of like a crown of
like,
thorns
leaves
kind of
and
thing.
stuff.
Yeah. But it's like the ones that kind of look like that, where
I thought that's a circlet.
I think circlets are more.
I'm only saying that because of Elden Ring. No, not Elden Ring. I think it's Baldur's Gate. One of those two games where you can actually wear one.
But I think
on
for
your
a
head.
diadem, I don't think it has to go fully around the head. I think it's just as long as
A
it's
diadem?
I think it's as
Diadem?
long as it's up here and it doesn't have to connect to the back. But I think a circlet, it's an actual full ring that goes around.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a circlet is a tiara that extends all the way around or nearly all the way around the circumference of the head. So I guess those two are kind of similar, but I think that's the original term was diadem. And then the bandeau is basically a headband. That's what it looks like. A headband style ornament, low profile, usually without a graduation in height from side to the other. Most often worn on the forehead and prevalent during the early 20th century.
Okay.
And then there's also another one called a kokoshnik. It's a style of embellished cloth-covered head ornament, often very broad and sitting high on the forehead, from the Russian national costume and folklore tradition.
What's that look like?
They look like this. So like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
From Anastasia.
Yeah, like Anastasia.
Okay, yeah.
And
What?
then there's
What do you-
also a aigrette,
Big heart.
a type of hair ornament worn centrally above the forehead that is designed to support a plume of feathers or itself depicting a gem-set feather motif. The word is derived from the aigrette of feathers, of which are often used in these pieces. Interesting. Sorry, I didn't get to get pictures of these. Okay, so they kind of look like that. Something like that.
So, kind of like Aladdin.
Yeah. So it kind of
Ish.
reminds me like of the
Oh, okay.
like those.
That's Anastasia and Drazala.
Oh, yeah.
Where? Yeah.
And then there is also a coronet, which is a miniature or simple crown, especially worn by lesser royalty and peers and peeresses. Often made of gilded silver and velvet, denoting rank. So I'm gonna assume that these are probably just smaller, like what's it? Like smaller crowns, like barrettes and stuff. But I'm gonna guess it's like the itty bitty crowns. Does that make sense?
Huh?
Like the itty bitty crown, like when they wear it, it's like very little, like on their head. It doesn't go through the whole head, but it's like a little circle crown, like that only is on a portion of their head.
Like the ones we wear in Repo?
Yeah,
Because they're very little in the
it's
middle.
like very little.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's I mean, I haven't played Repo, so I don't know for sure what they're talking
It
about.
just sits
but-
like, it's this little. It's literally this little.
Oh.
And it sits like this.
So kind of like
Okay.
the Fairy Odd Parents, where their crown
Yes.
is just very little. And it's just
Oh, okay.
a portion.
Okay. I get you.
yeah, so that's how I thought it would be. And then let me see what else I
Why
have.
aren't you decorating yours?
I kind of just like it plain.
She playing Jing.
Yeah, I kind of just like it plain.
Let me see.
No, I liked my shiny things.
And then going back to Disney princesses, what was your guys' favorite Disney princess?
Ariel! That's mine.
Yeah.
Ariel is mine.
I was trying to think because I don't think I had one until. Well, technically. Oh, she does become one, actually. What's her face?
Who?
Princess and the Frog. What's her name?
Tiana?
Yeah. I was thinking of a D. I was like, Diana? No. But yeah, I would say Princess Tiana probably would have been mine.
You are very Tiana.
Yeah.
Your personality is very Tiana.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Well, like very get to work.
Yeah. Like very, not really get to work, but more like,
I could do it by myself.
no. What's the word?
I don't know.
Independent.
No, I think you and her are very realistic,
Oh.
if that's the word that I'm looking for.
Hmm.
Not saying that, like, you guys don't have, like, imagination or anything. I'm just saying, like, you guys
She's a
have...
realist.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like...
I was gonna be like, I did have a lot of imagination back
Yeah,
in
it's
the day.
like, you did, but, like, just the way you two portray each other is very similar. I don't know how to explain it. As all y'all know, I'm not really good with words.
I guess
Yeah.
you could say yeah, because it's just she's very straightforward with everything, and she basically knows how the game works majority of the time.
Yeah. She's very real. She don't play games. Yeah. She'd be very straightforward, like, you stupid. You know, I was like, that's very you.
Oh my god! But yeah, the other two, Anna, Melissa,
And Michelle is very Ariel.
I'm Daddy, I love him. Oh, I was gonna be like, I'm 16. I'm not a child.
No, not that one. It's the other one.
Daddy, I love him.
Throw herself onto him, crying.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Why'd you go tell my
Why do you
father?
think I rebelled?
Yeah.
She was my inspiration.
Ariel said, "Fuck him."
Yeah. I'm gonna go do this.
Michelle's like, "Thanks, Ariel. Thanks for the good pep talk. I needed that." Wait. What's Melissa's?
I have no clue, honestly.
Again, like with Disney princesses, for a Disney princess, I don't think I had my favorite until Rapunzel came out. I like Rapunzel.
Okay, then what? I guess we would consider any kind of princess. So, which one do you like?
For her, it's not a Disney princess.
Yeah, mine's not Disney princess. It's between Anastasia and Odette.
I knew it.
That's what I said. So, which one of those do you probably lean towards?
You want to marry an old man, or were you,
An old man. Oh no! I was like,
you almost
Old
married an
man.
old man, or you want to
She
deal with
Liz is
the
very Odette, though.
voodoo, or you want to deal with some scary ass old dead man?
I don't know. It's hard between the two. I can't choose who I like better, Odette or Anastasia.
I think your personality-wise, you're Odette.
But what else?
What else is there?
Oh Lord, yeah.
How to
I
offend
think
women
she's
with
very
my
Odette
symbols for
because,
less.
like, she would fight with her potential.
Oh my
lover.
god!
kidnapper.
They're friends to lovers kind of trope. She
Yeah.
really liked frenemies. She really likes the frenemies to lovers trope.
I'm thinking about the
That's
movie
true.
of the scene
Yeah.
where like
But that's how Anastasia is too, though. It's enemies to lovers.
yeah, but in
It's
in
more
the
in Odette
in the
than-
song, "This Is My Idea," I feel like that was more realistic of you if you had a friend, like a guy friend that you always wanted to hang out with, and then y'all would
That's
just play rough
true.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would be more of an Odette, I guess, after. Because I think Swan Princess was more of the movie that we watched at Grandma's.
Mm-hmm.
I think Anastasia was like a little too dark, and so we didn't really watch Anastasia as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of my memories was Swan Princess.
Yeah, it was Swan Princess.
Her and her imaginary friends at the lake, thinking the frog and the turtle were talking to her.
I do like Calla Lilies. So, yeah. Okay, yeah. I would say Odette.
Odette.
But Odette. What about you, Anna?
I liked Mulan.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's technically considered
It is me. I did follow
princess.
my heart. What did it say? Listen to your heart, or what did she say? Like, be true to your heart, or something like that.
In number 2. The song that she sang in number 2.
I think so. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what she said to Shang and
That's what I'm trying to think of. And she
second
was,
one.
yeah.
She was like, I listened to my heart. My heart said this and this, so I follow it, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then what did he say?
My duty is to my heart. That's what Mulan says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, my duty is to my heart.
Mm.
And then Shang didn't understand that because he's like,
Ew,
saying-
I'm
like-
here to shame.
his is like straight up to the book where like we have a duty from the king
Yeah.
that we have to deliver the princesses.
Yeah, that's literally
Oh,
Mike.
that's right. That is Mike.
we cannot break this.
I'm very
thing.
uwu with my feelings. I am very uwu with my feelings. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then she's gonna like at the very end, she's like, "Yeah, we're very different, and that's okay." Basically, the yin and the yang, basically, is what she, if I remember what she said.
Oh, those two?
And she's
Yeah.
like, "I gotta go back. I gotta tell him I love him." And then they get conquered by those bad guys.
And then he dies.
Bro, that scene was sad.
Yeah, that was so
spoiler
heartbreaking.
alert.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen it.
Yeah. Bro, I used up all of my allowance money to get the second movie. It was expensive. It was a whole $20. Okay.
I heard when she recorded that part where he was when he fell off, that she was, I think, got really emotional at that time.
Yeah, I remember watching the behind
Yeah.
the scenes for that.
I think nobody really died at that point, though, in Disney. At least not like that.
That drastic, no.
Yeah, I don't think anybody died like
Especially in cartoons like that, no.
that. Damn.
And then I also like the underrated Merida too. Her story was really good
Yeah.
too.
I like Merida and
Yeah.
Kita. People forget about Kita
Oh yeah, Kita too.
Who? Kita?
from Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I liked her too. I liked Mulan, and I also liked her. Something about her was just very, how do you say it?
She kicked their
Enchanting.
asses when they pulled her out of the water. She went and kicked their asses.
Yeah.
I just liked her. She was just really pretty.
Technically, if they didn't have guns, she probably would have killed them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They just
Yeah.
had an advantage because they had the guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her because I think that I liked a lot of people who just did what their heart's desire wanted.
Yeah.
Or she thought outside the box to save her people.
She's just kind of like, okay. Oh, and she's kind of like okay, I gotta do this. Oh, and this man's here, I guess.
I guess he helped
Yeah, that's
a
what
little bit.
I saw it as. So
It's funny how they're like putting so much jewels on theirs, and then
leave me alone.
And then she
Because Melissa thinks that she's already regal enough, so she don't
She
need
plain
the
Jane.
jewel is her heart.
You know, like speaking of Atlantis and Kita, because I'm like, technically, her dad said that they become bound to the crystal. We're not really bound to the crystal. I forgot what he said, but they get lost to the crystal forever. But she found a way to come back.
That's because Milo helped her.
I feel like Milo helped her, but I feel like also her
Her determination,
Yeah,
her will.
I think her
mother. I feel like her mother also
Also
kind of helped
helped.
her
Oh
Just-
yeah, she did come back with her
with the bracelet.
Yeah.
And so I figured her mother's conscience is still there.
Her mom said, "It's not your turn."
It's not your time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
But yeah, so I brought another thing that talking about Disney princesses. These are facts about Disney princesses that I guess most people don't know. But I feel like we would know, but then I was reading some of these and to me I didn't really know some of these.
Okay.
So, number 1, Tiana's character is loosely based off an iconic chef.
Oh, I knew that one. I told Liz about
Yes,
that one.
I went to go to her restaurant.
Yeah, so she was loosely inspired by the main character of the novel Frog Princess, also by the princess from Grimm fairy tale Frog Princess. But her character was modeled after Leah Chase, aka the Queen of Creole Cuisine. Chase, who passed away in June of 2019, was the executive chef and co-owner of the legendary Doogie Chase's restaurant. During a time at the restaurant, Chase fed everyone from Quincy Jones to President Barack Obama. So yeah, she is pretty impressive.
Wow.
How was it eating at her restaurant? Was it busy?
Her restaurant didn't open until 11, but when we had to do reservations to get there, and so we did ours right exactly at 11, and there was a line already forming
Oh.
Just for walk-ins?
just to get in.
Oh.
Yeah, just to get in, and I'm pretty sure if you just walked in, I'm pretty sure they'll probably
Turn you
Turn
away.
turn you away
away.
because they have so many reservations already.
Damn.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a pretty small place, but it was very historic looking.
Oh.
Yeah, and they had pictures of Tiana everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, when you walked in. Yeah,
Right. So
and I think they also have an airport restaurant too.
oh, like a small
Oh.
restaurant.
Yeah, a smaller
that's
one.
A little sister location kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know if it's Dookie Chase, but I think it's by her still.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah, they had like a little memorial thingy in the airport.
Unless this is a restaurant that they dedicated to her, just
I
because
don't-
it's New Orleans. But
Something like that. I don't remember, but yeah.
as long as it has her in it, so.
Yes.
But okay, so number 2, Belle's dress has a deeper meaning than you think.
Like the color?
Not her evening gown, but her town dress that she always wears.
Her milkmaid gown?
Yeah, her milkmaid
Oh,
gown.
okay.
So it says, notice anything different about Belle when you're comparing her with the rest of the townspeople in the chic French village? Aside from the fact that her nose is always stuck in a book, Belle is the only one wearing the color blue. This symbolizes the fact that she's an outsider, and pay attention later in the film as well. The Beast wears blue too. So they were truly made for each other.
Oh, they have the same color scheme.
Yeah.
Well, I just think blue was also hard back in the day to even get.
And then I think I also noticed, I think if I read somewhere that they also modeled her dress to imitate the Sound of Music, to imitate her dress.
Oh, I can see that.
Oh,
And,
yeah, I see that. Uh-huh.
There was another one that
Wait,
also.
what dress? And Sound of Music.
When they...
Got married?
Maria's dress when she's in the field.
Oh, I'm thinking of the party dress. That's what I was like.
No,
what?
no. When she's out in the field, they,
Uh-huh.
which makes sense why she's in the field. They kind
When
of got
she's-
inspired.
Yeah, when she's singing.
It's the Sound of Music, and there's another one that I forgot what it was that they inspired Belle with. But on to the next. 3. Tinkerbell couldn't cut as a princess. If you're thinking, excuse me, Tinkerbell is not a princess, then you're right. But the sassy fairy from Peter Pan was actually supposed to be included in the official princess lineup before executives decided she didn't fit the bill. Instead, they used her to launch the Disney Fairy franchise in 2005. You know why? Because there was a theory that the reason why there are no females in Neverland is because she killed them all.
She wanted to be... Because she wanted to be the only female? Or like she didn't want competition for Peter?
Yeah, because the theory goes
She's
like
a pick me.
the theory goes because you know how when she explains to the boys that there
She's a
is
Wendy bird?
Yeah, it's a Wendy bird. They just say it's a bird, and so they on point. These kids just think it's a bird, and so they would just
Shoot her down.
shoot them down. And then also with the mermaids, when the mermaids met Wendy, they out of instinct kind of just were trying to drown her, you know. So then that's why they said there's the reason why, or she's one of the reasons why there are no females in
But there's mermaids.
or female kids, I guess you can say,
Oh.
for like the Lost Boys.
I just thought that Peter Pan just wanted boys because they're easier to like lure.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to
Right,
girls,
but then
'cause
there's also Wendy that.
that's because I felt like Peter Pan needed a mother, and so that's why he took Wendy.
You can be our mother, remember?
Yeah,
In
and he
the
took
room.
Wendy.
But that was not till later though, because remember in the beginning he thought she was annoying
Just for that small
for that
bit.
small bit, and then.
When he's all like, girls talk too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. That was a
Yeah,
theory.
but that's a good theory though.
But number 4, I'm pretty sure it's obvious. Snow White is the baby of the group. So princesses might run around like they're adults and they're with their quest to find their one true love, but actually just teenagers who probably could have slowed it down by marriages, you know. Snow White is the baby of the group at 14 years old, while Jasmine follows at 15. Ariel, Aurora, Merida, and Mulan are all 16 years old. Pocahontas is 17, Rapunzel was 18, and Cinderella and Tiana come in at the oldest at 19 years old.
Cinderella?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, I didn't think she was 19.
Apparently.
Cool.
I figured that Tiana had to be older.
Yeah, it makes sense because Cinderella's very calm
She's
for her
aware,
age. Yeah, she's very mature for her age.
while
Mm.
the other ones are just like
Daddy,
running off the
I
shore.
love him.
Yeah, meeting a stranger in the forest and falling in love. Not just like,
And invites him over to her house.
yes.
Oh, that's so crazy.
But damn, I
If
didn't.
only.
Yeah, I didn't know Mulan was that young. 16.
16.
I'm a grandmother. But right, number 5, Merida's curls required some serious animation work. If you didn't, as it says, you didn't have to be a fan of Brave to know that Merida's bouncy red curls are gorgeous, and like any other perfect hairstyle, it took some effort. According to Wall Street Journal, Pixar had to create an entirely new software program just so they can create hair that would react more realistically to the character's movements and surroundings. Her glossy ringlets were created using 1,500 individually sculpted curves.
Wow.
That's pretty. I liked Brave.
Yeah.
I cry all the time. That's why I'm like, no, I can't watch it.
And
Makes me
then the next one is Walt Disney has a soft spot for Cinderella.
Okay.
It says apparently Walt Disney told Eileen Woods, aka the voice of Cinderella, that Cinderella was his favorite. She said she remembered him saying that there was something about the story he associated with, and added his favorite piece of animation was the transformation scene where she goes from rags to a ball gown. And can you blame him?
Mm-hmm.
It was really pretty for back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I do remember back in the day they would have her like this with the artists, the sketch artists would have them like dancing in front of them to kind of get all that stuff.
Catch the movements.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn. I'm not that good. I'll be drawing something else. Oh, this is right here I was talking about. Belle was inspired by multiple famous women. There you go. So it says, inspiration of Belle's character was partially based on Katharine Hepburn's portrayal of Jo March in Little Women. Her physical appearance, on the other hand, was inspired by both Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music and Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Especially the Julie Garland. There we go.
Yeah, because I was like, what is that other movie? I was like, that has a maid off it like that. But yeah, the next one is the princess less talking time, the princesses have less talking time than their male co-stars.
They do?
A 2016 study found that even Disney had been working harder to make the princesses more bold and independent. They still gave the princesses less dialogue than male characters. The research found that the princesses speak 40% less than their male counterparts. That even goes for Frozen, which had 59% male dialogue.
What?
It's Olaf. That's taking
Yeah,
up
that's
all the
why.
screen time.
Yeah. But like everybody else is like,
I can see.
it's like
that.
Eric talked more than Ariel. Oh, well, yeah, she was. Her voice was stolen. Duh.
Like, well, she was muted like 50% of the movie.
But that doesn't count. You know?
Well, I mean, now that speaking of Frozen, they didn't really talk a lot because it always bounced back to Hans and the kingdom, where he
I
was
was gonna say,
talking
well, if they're doing like
dialogues, not signals.
Elsa versus like Kristoff and like Olaf, of course, because Elsa's like gone half the time versus Anna, who's talking the whole movie, then that's different. Because technically Anna's not the main character, Elsa is. So that's why I'm like, if it's like that, then
But I don't think they said main characters. They just said princesses in general, the princesses. So it would be Anna, because
Yeah, she's technically still a princess.
I don't think they're including the songs, but dialogue
Anna
wise.
talks a lot. But okay.
But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, the prince. I'm even thinking of Sleeping Beauty too. I think
No, because Cinderella talked a lot. The prince didn't.
that's true.
All he said
But his
was,
dad talked a lot though.
Male counterpart.
Oh,
so
the
it
dad
is, it's
and
not
the
like
Duke
specifically
Talked a lot.
the princes, you know.
and I guess the mice, they're boys.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one, Jasmine's outfit was almost another color.
What color?
It says,
What is she, green?
Like a teal color?
Teal.
yeah, so it says, you know how she's in the iconic blue, they call it blue crop top and matching hair and pants. But that outfit was almost pink instead of blue because the studio thought putting her in pink would help sell more toys.
Oh,
The directors decided to stick with blue though, so
good.
it's okay because some of the toys she has like pink outfits anyway.
Yeah. So you have Aurora with the color changing dress.
I have yet to get a doll that has a color changing dress,
Yeah.
but apparently not.
Yeah, you toy people missed out on that.
Yeah.
I think that was like the best part was when her dress changed. And if you made a toy that did that, I think that would sell out so fast.
But again, back in the day, how they didn't have that.
Okay, first of all, remember Pocahontas? When Pocahontas came out, she had an outfit where if you wet it, you see certain prints that come up. And then when she's dry, she's in her normal, like,
Everyday wear.
beige. Yeah. So they could have done that with Sleeping Beauty.
But then there's no point that Sleeping Beauty is near water. That's why it made sense for Pocahontas because she's always in the river.
I forgot.
It's
Sleeping
kind of like
Beauty
those
was a long
Bratz
time ago.
dolls,
Yeah.
where like the hair color changes when you dip their head in the water.
I don't know. But still, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, yeah. Okay, so next one is Belle's hair is always a little messy for a reason. The original Disney princess were basically picture perfect. They always looked. What is V? They always looked put together, not a hair out of place. Bella's a different story, running around town with the little strand of her hair constantly falling in her eyes. That wisp of hair is there for a reason. According to the screenwriter, the old princesses were criticized for being too perfect, so Disney tried to make Belle a little bit more relatable by making her, well, not so perfect. Hence the hair.
I always thought it's because she's a little crazy. You know, like she kind of had a character. Like she was kind of
Yeah.
crazy a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that's why.
That would confirm why she has Stockholm syndrome.
But it's not. It's technically not
kidding.
Stockholm syndrome.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, cause she had always had a flair of adventure, like her dad, because her dad was an inventor, and so therefore, I always thought it was just to kind of show personality to her,
Yeah.
that she was kind of crazy like her dad a little bit, like a good crazy, not a bad crazy.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense too.
Honestly, as a kid, I never really thought that their hair and stuff like that were that perfect, or anything like that.
No, I didn't think of that
I
either.
just liked the way it moved, like especially Aurora's curls.
Yeah.
Like minute it'll be curled one way, and then her hair would move, and then it'll curl the other way. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Or Ariel's hair in the water.
Or she'd
Yeah.
be like this, and her bangs are just all.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. But okay, so this next one. So in those Disney in the stores and stuff, or like pictures of the Disney princesses, and they're like multiple next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And do you guys ever notice that none of them look at each other, and they're always all looking at a different area?
Oh.
You know, they never like
Yeah.
lock on eyes or acknowledge each other.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, they reported it was them not looking at each other was on purpose to ensure the sanctity of what Andy Mooney called their individual mythologies. The princesses never make eye contact when they're grouped.
Okay.
I thought that was just because they're looking at you, like the kid. No?
Not all of them do when they're all together.
Oh.
I'm
I
thinking
know.
about the one where, like, the picture of them where they're... Are you talking about the group picture of the princesses?
Yeah,
Like,
like
in
with
a
the
group
group.
picture.
I'm only thinking of when their arms are, like, where do they end?
Like the longer you look at it, the worse it is.
Yes.
Yeah, when they're grouped, they never make eye contact. Each stares off in a slightly different direction as if unaware of the other person's presence. So
I never
like,
really noticed again.
Yeah. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, who cares? What if they look at each other, you know?
I don't know.
But apparently. And then I'm trying to pick and choose. This one says Ariel was almost a blondie.
Oh, yeah, I read about that. Yeah, I saw that.
Ariel's fiery red hair is pretty much her defining feature, but apparently she was almost blonde. The movie Splash, featuring a blonde Daryl Hannah playing a mermaid, that had recently been released, and Disney wanted Ariel to stand out, so they made her a redhead instead.
Oh. Okay. That's true. A lot of those Live Mermaids movies, they are blonde. I mean, which makes sense, you know, because like beach blonde, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and then here comes Ariel, bright ass red hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then next is Hollow. Snow White was inspired by two important women, or her look.
Who?
Says Snow White's Ferris on the Mall was inspired by partially inspired by Mary Pickford, a movie star once known as America's Sweetheart, and then she was also inspired by Betty Boop. Explains her giggly, bashful, but not too bashful side.
Okay, yeah, I see the Betty Boop. Yeah.
And I'm like, the wonder they did the weird looking hair.
Lord
this-
Farquaad.
This was, 1930s? And so that was the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doop doop doop.
Same like with like Cinderella, like her little poof here. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 1950s. And so that was
That was
the
the
poof.
thing.
Yeah.
And then the next one. Did y'all know how small Cinderella's feet were?
Yes.
What? 5?
Oh, do we know what like the size?
They're the size of her feet.
Oh, I think so. I think she was like a 5.
According to this, she was supposedly a size 4.5.
Oh. So mom.
Yeah.
Mom's feet.
So no wonder Drusilla and Anastasia could not fit
fit
their
it.
feet in it.
Size 10 trying to fit into
Golly.
4.5.
Them all their foot looking
But
like this.
And I'm trying to think of like the traditional Cinderella movie or story where they
Shaved off.
they
their
actually
feet.
shaved off their foot to fit in it.
Ew.
Yeah.
And that's a big chunk of the foot.
There's another one nubs. Then
I'm just like thinking. I'm like, dang. Either Cinderella was very short,
Like
or
petite. Uh-huh.
yeah, or she had like really bad balance. Because I feel like short feet and a tall person would not
Yeah.
go together.
But she looked like she had great balance carrying those 3 trays.
Yeah. But then she did lose her shoe multiple times in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay,
Anyways.
so this is the final fact. The inspiration behind Rapunzel is so sweet. Glenn Keane, the creator of Rapunzel, once said that she inspired by his daughter Claire, who used to paint walls and ceilings in her bedroom. He called her an uncontainable little ball of creative energy, and said that once she went to art school and became a painter, he hired her to create the look of Rapunzel's room.
Aw.
So all the paintings and everything in there in the movie is all
Created by her.
created by her.
Aw, that's
her
sweet.
daughter.
Super sweet.
Yep. But that's the end of my episode. Hope the girls enjoyed doing their little princess craft while we talked about princesses. Yours is so bougie, girl. You were so quiet.
Yeah, you were.
She was focusing on her
I
craft.
told you I was going to be quiet.
Which is fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I hope they enjoyed it, and I hope you guys get these princesses facts, because in reality, I don't think princesses have it's a good way to be a princess, just based off of hearing from it.
Yeah.
But
It's more political than anything.
Like, you're a pawn
Mm-hmm.
in the whole political game, which is sad.
unless you're like Princess Diana, where she kind of rebelled pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then look what happened to her.
Yeah. But yep, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys have a nice rest of y'all day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.